electric cars, rare bikes and airplanes. This is what drives me. I'm Philip and I'm the Driven Aviator. Welcome to my channel.
Hello aviation fans and welcome back. So we're right now on our way from Magdeburg City Airport to Münster-Osnabrück Airport. Unfortunately, my footage from the pre-flight and all that stuff didn't work very well, so this video is just starting within a flight. Right now we were passing Hanover Transponder Military Zone, Hanover TMZ, and we're on the final section of this flight already. We tuned in the ATIS of Münster-Osnabrück. And part of the descent checklist is to switch from aux tanks to the main tanks, which I'm doing here right now. In general, Münster-Osnabrück is an international airport actually. And how busy the airspace is around there is pretty much depending on the season you are arriving there. Right now it is high peak holiday season, so yeah, the airspace was extremely busy. There were a lot of airliners approaching and a lot of airliners taking off, so it was kind of challenging and quite interesting for me and kind of a learning, because you not so often fly to international airports in a private GA plane, at least not me. Yeah, and here you can see one of them. It was a Ryanair flight approaching Münster-Osnabrück right now, and yeah, Tower just informed us to let this guy pass, and yeah, shortly afterwards we were able to fly the approach. What I really like over and over again with this cockpit is just, yeah, the connection of all, by the way, that beeping and quite interesting sound you were hearing is the autopilot warning, because this plane has an Aztec 55X autopilot. It's a digital autopilot and it's connected to the flight controls, but it's not connected to the trim. So yeah, sometimes you just need to trim nose up or nose down to keep the autopilot working properly. So yeah, as I told you, the connectivity of this cockpit is awesome. So you have the Garmin G600, the GTN 750, and those devices are connected to my iPad with ForeFlight, and yeah, especially when it's in busy airspace like this one, I really love how all those things are working pretty smooth and all together, you know. Yeah, pretty interesting for those guys of you flying in the US. I know there's no VFR waypoints or VFR reporting points on the usual approach. In Germany we have those reporting points, and yeah, usually when you fly into, man, this autopilot running. So usually when you fly in VFR approach to an international airport with a control zone, you need to use those VFR reporting points, which we are doing here right now. So this very similar sound is the autopilot disconnect. So as soon as your hand flying the airplane, you will hear that pretty annoying sound. We now entered the controlled airspace already, and yeah, on our way to base and then to final. As you may remember from my How to Fly a Beach Twin Bonanza video, yeah, the handling of those supercharged engines is kind of special, and it is extremely important to always have some load on the prop to avoid excessive damage and wear of the gears. As you can see, I'm constantly syncing those props because, yeah, the Twin Bonanza does not have any automatic synchronizers, so yeah, it's kind of a pity to have the correct synchronized props, because otherwise you have this very, yeah, like annoying noise, like boom, 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 you may know. And in the meantime, we were now clear to proceed direct to final, so we don't need any further VFR reporting or waypoints, and yeah, pretty shortly arrive at the final of one way. Weather on that day was exceptionally good, especially taking into account we had a beer flight in November and we're in the middle of Germany. This is not usual, so I was extremely happy. And as you can hear in the background, we are now retracted flaps to the first stage of 20 degrees, so that means we are already established on final. Final checks are, pretty usual, like compared to other planes. So you make sure you have your boost pumps running right and left. You once again confirm you have your gear down. You set the full flaps. You have your landing lights on, and then you should be good to go for this landing. So sorry for you guys because of the sun visor, but the sun was pretty low because it was already late that day, so otherwise I wouldn't be able to see any runway. Sorry. So VREF at that airplane is around 90 knots, so that is what we're aiming for right now, because the runway is right in front of us.
Charlie Alpha Delta to airplane 3 Alpha Golf. 1 hour, 3 Alpha Golf. das aufschreiben, das nervt.
And once again, I reminded to myself to note the taxi instructions. Ha! Common error. That is me getting extremely excited because I was able to see a swearing in Metroliner, which basically is one of the successors of the Twin Bonanza. The actually already still shares some parts of the Twin Bonanza, so a pretty interesting plane you don't see very often these days.
Warte mal bitte kurz. Münster Ground, aber mit Querverkauf. Querverkauf, sollen wir den Follow Me Car hier? Bravo, danke, November 3 Verkauf. Scheiße. Ich filme noch alles.
It is, as you can see, extremely busy. Many airliners on the left, so yeah, it's holiday time in Münster. And if I wasn't lucky enough, we were able to park directly on the opposite side next to the swerving Metroliner, and that made me so happy, guys. You cannot imagine how happy this made me.
Shutdown checklist bitte. Check. 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 Ja. Check. 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 Ja. Check. Check. Warte bitte. Ja, mit 2 Motoren.
That was me telling my girlfriend in a pretty harsh way that I have 2 engines and we need to repeat the same procedure.
Yep.
Throttles reduce.
Yep.
ICO switches off.
Check.
Fuel selectors off.
Check.
Throttles close.
Check.
Ignition magnetos off.
Check.
Heating off.
Check.
Fuel selectors off.
Ja, lassen wir an,
Left
aber
off.
check.
Battery off. Und irgendwas, was ich nicht lesen kann, off.
Generators.
Komplett.
Check. Sehr gut.
Check.
Oder was? Ein Werkstattzeugnis? Also ihr wart noch nie hier gewesen.
Coffee time.